Hello and welcome. My name is Julie Boye, and I'm really excited to be taking you through some great information about joining our tribe and learning more about Usana Health Sciences, our product partner, and how we run our brand ambassador program. So I'm super excited to be chatting with you today. And before I get started, I'm actually going to share a little bit about my story with Usana, so you can get an idea of where I come from and why I've chosen to partner with this great company, and a little bit more about my experience. So 12 years ago, I was introduced to the company by one of my closest friends. Her name is Leanne Jacobs. And at the time, I was training for my second of 3 Ironman triathlons. Yep, I'm a bit crazy. I did a full Ironman triathlon. And when I was first introduced to the company, I started out as a product user, but very quickly after a very positive product experience, I decided to join the company and partner with Usana and build a business. I'd always intended to build a business on the side. I was actually going to school to be a teacher, and I ended up dropping out of school and started building my Usana on the side of working a few other part-time jobs to get things going. So my story is a little bit different than most people, but what I want to share with you going forward, and I want to say, whoever it is that invited you to watch this information, whether it was me directly or somebody that you know and like and care about, they invited you for a reason. They invited you because either the health aspects and benefits of what Usana has to offer, they want to share with you, or they're wondering and curious if you're open to look at Usana as a potential revenue stream as well. So the photos I'm sharing here to start the presentation, I want to share a little bit about my Usana lifestyle before we get into learning really and understanding what the company is all about and why I would have chosen Usana to partner with. As I said, I've been partnered with the company for 12 years and have had so many wonderful experiences along the way. I have had the chance to speak on an international stage. I've won some awards and shared those with my team members, which is always the best part. And on the left, you can see the photos of my family. So recently, my family just moved across the country from the Toronto area to the Vancouver area. And it has been an incredibly crazy life adjustment. We're so happy to be here. We moved here to be closer to my family, and we love to hike, and we have a new dog. And you can see I have a daughter, my daughter there. She's 7 in that picture. And for me, when I look at what Usana has given me in the past 12 years, over and above the health of myself and my family and the people I care about, is the freedom and flexibility to live life on my own terms. So moving to British Columbia, my daughter is now in a homeschool program. So this was never the plan. We had not intended for her to attend homeschool, but now this is what we do every day. And without the income that I had built with Usana, without a residual income stream, which is what I've built with Usana, it would not have been possible, because I would not have been able to leave my job to be able to take care of my child, or we would have been in very dire financial straits. So as I get into this presentation, whatever your personal situation is today, right now, even if financially you're stable and everything is good, I encourage you to think about just having another stream of revenue and a plan B, because you just never know what could possibly happen. And that's kind of what happened in our lives. We're adjusting, we're doing really, really well. I'm just 6 months in and trying to get back into really building and growing a business that has served me so well for 12 years. So wherever you are today, whatever your situation is, listen carefully, as some of the information I share may hit a chord with you. So all I ask you to think about during the next 30 minutes is the 2 words, health and freedom. Health being, are you in your most optimal health today? Maybe you are, or maybe you're just not sure. And that's a lot of people. They're like, I think I feel good, I'm sleeping okay, but they're not exactly sure. Maybe they don't know there's another level of health that's out there, and I'm going to share that with you. And then when you look at freedom, freedom is a big word, and with freedom comes responsibility, as we know, but freedom means different things to different people. And sometimes we get nervous when we see presentations like this because we're thinking, well, you know what? I'm not looking to make $1 million a year. Like, I don't want that responsibility. But maybe you're just looking to create an extra $100, $1,000 a week so that you have freedom from a car payment or freedom to, like me, be able to homeschool your child when that time comes, or perhaps the freedom to take care of an aging parent, which affects a lot of people today as well. So keep those two in the back of your mind as we go through the information. So our business really is about changing lives, and that's whether you look at it from a health perspective or a lifestyle perspective. We really offer the opportunity to change so many people's lives and everybody that we touch in this business. And the profession of direct sales is definitely booming. So what has happened is when I started 12 years ago, we talked about direct selling, people didn't know what we were talking about. They kind of glazed over. Often they were concerned it was a pyramid scheme. And that's just not the case anymore. What I find is now possibly 1 in 2 of my Facebook friends is sharing some direct sales business on Facebook on a regular basis. It's really exciting to be part of this profession and have been doing this professionally now for over 10 years. And the reason why this kind of profession can be really exciting is because of the type of income it allows you to create. So linear income is really how the majority of the world earns their income. And I mentioned when I started my business that I actually did earn linear income. And it was great. It got me through that time as I was building my Usana business. It got me through a time where I wasn't making much money in my business. So linear means that you get up in the morning, you get in the car, you drive to work, and you put in your 40 hours a week, and they pay you a paycheck. Now, you're not really, if you decide on Monday that you want to put in a ton more effort and maybe stay overtime, chances are your paycheck will remain the same. A lot of employers don't pay actually for extra overtime. So it doesn't really, your effort isn't really changed by what you do. Your paycheck stays the same. I've also been a solopreneur. I've run a tutoring business and as a French tutor, and that was also linear income. So I was in business for myself. I owned my own business. I chose my hours. I had to find my own clients and do the marketing, but it was still trading my hour of time for the money from my clients. And that also was very limited in terms of how much revenue I could create. And I certainly can do that a little bit, while homeschooling my child and running the business and everything, but it's just not realistic. It's just not something that can grow to really give me a lot of freedom. Now, a leveraged income is what you get with Usana. And you actually get some leverage right away. You get to leverage the corporate team of Usana. You get to leverage the marketing tools. We even offer you a way to actually leverage your own efforts in the beginning as well, which is really cool. But the real power of leverage is that over time, as you build a tribe of people to work with, 2 to 4 people that are building this business with you, that's what's going to give you the real freedom to be able to step away from your business once you've built it and have that true time freedom. And that's where the magic exists in this business. If you're currently working in a linear income profession, you are somebody else's leverage, right? Because wherever you're working, there's somebody, the founder or the owner, and sometimes the founder is right in there and they're working every single day and working their hours. And other times the founder is enjoying lots of vacations and time away and a really flexible lifestyle because they've created leverage. Well, in a business model like this, you, the average person, can create leverage. Another reason to look at this business model is the tax savings. So after moving across the country, I found out that there are really only 2 ways to save on your taxes. One is a large move across the country, and the other way is to have a home-based business. Now, just like any business, you need to show that you're putting effort into this business and you're making sales and creating revenue. However, usually the first year in business, if you're working a full-time job, your business will run at a loss. Why is that? Because you can write off some of the expenses around your home and your cell phone bill and your vehicle and the fuel you put into your vehicle and your trips. One of my favorite things is to be able to write off my trips, because 9 out of 10 of the trips that I take have a business component in them. So really exciting way to actually save on your taxes without having to move your whole family across the country. Usana, though, is more than just earning income. Now, there are lots of different ways you can earn income with Usana, and I have been really lucky to earn 5 of these 6 income streams with Usana over time. I earned a trip to Costa Rica a few years ago with Usana, and that was really amazing. Such an amazing opportunity to meet with people from really all over North America and Europe. We all got together in Costa Rica. It was a lot of fun. I got to travel with one of my team members too, which made it even more exciting, and my whole family came. But it is more than income, because not only do you get to create revenue and you get to earn commissions on the products that are sold and moved through your organization, you get a team and a tribe and mentorship. And for people that might be watching this that are entrepreneurs or solopreneurs, this might just be what you're missing. Beyond the fact that a solopreneur does not have leverage, you might just be missing that feeling of having a tribe and a team and someone looking out for you and someone cheering you on. And that's what we provide. Whether you build a $100 a week business with Usana or a $10,000 a week with Usana business with Usana, whatever you choose, the tribe is here to support you. And that really is the more than just income part that we offer. Now we get it, this business is different. You know, maybe you have a baby on your lap, or maybe like me, you have a child that has a desk in your office so that you can do a homeschool program with her. Not what I was expecting. And it is really, I mentioned this in my introduction, but this business is so different. And I can't imagine if I had moved across the country and I'd taken a job and my child, for reasons I'm not going to get into, but just refused to go to school, was physically unable to go to school, I would have had to quit the job and had no income whatsoever. And so when I think about how this business has rewarded me for all of the years of effort that I've put into, it's pretty incredible. And I'm so incredibly grateful every single day that Usana has provided me a paycheck every week in the past 6 months when I've been putting in not that much effort. Now, remember, I've been partnered with Usana for 12 years, so there's a lot of years of a lot of effort first. But now I'm really, not really out of the plan, but enjoying some of the benefits of that income from Usana. Let's talk a little bit about the company now. So the company was founded in 1992 by Dr. Myron Wentz. That's the gentleman with the award that you see below, and with the goatee in the far left there in the middle. He's a double PhD microbiologist, immunologist. He loves the human cell. He gets excited to talk about the human cells. I've seen him talk about molecular structures, and he gets so excited about him. And it's really funny because, scientists don't always make the best public speakers. And there's been many times that I've heard him speak live, and you're just like trying to keep yourself awake because he's like really deep into the science. And I love science as much as the next person, but I don't even know, where we are, but he just gets excited. He talks about the cells and what's happening in the cell. And why is that important to you? Well, a company that's a nutritional research company founded by a scientist who's excited about the human cell, and his first business actually kept human cells in the lives for weeks and months at a time. So he truly understands the nutrients that are needed to keep our cells alive. That's what's important. Because everything that Usana does is about cellular nutrition. And the company is now, this year, we are celebrating 26 years in business. Now, there are so many reasons why a business like Usana makes sense. There's no overhead. You get to eat your monthly order. So you get to nourish yourself and your family as part of your monthly order with Usana. You do not have any administrative tasks. There are no piles of paperwork to be entered into the system. Just today I had a new client, and he actually called Usana himself and entered himself, like they entered him into the system on my behalf. So I was like, thank you, Usana, right? Like, how cool is that? There's, you don't have any employees, and you can build a global business from your laptop. That's what's so exciting. And I say laptop, but really, my business is actually 90% of what I do is on my phone. I can do almost everything in my business from my phone. It's amazing. So 24 markets worldwide. We don't have to worry about global distribution. Don't have to worry about taxes, different currencies. Don't have to worry about that crazy distribution and labeling. All of these things that are so difficult for any company that wants to grow internationally, Usana has done it for us. So exciting. The first and foremost goal, though, is to be the healthiest family on earth. And you might think I'm just talking about nutritionals, but I want you to keep this in mind. When people are stressed financially, it shows up in their cells. It shows up on their skin. So if we can focus not only on keeping ourselves really happy and healthy, and also help to benefit our bank account, that actually will help us all to be the healthiest family on earth. And to me, I love this because living a life you love begins with great health. And this is one of the biggest gifts that I personally have received from Usana is the health of my family. My parents were my first associates 12 years ago, and they have not missed a monthly order since. Neither has my sister, who was single at the time when she enrolled 12 years ago, but has continued on that order. She's now married, has 2 children, and her whole family lives a Usana lifestyle. And that, to me, is one of the greatest gifts of what Usana is all about. Now, we know that we need antioxidants, nutrition, and whole food for cellular health. And the reason is that we're so bombarded every day by free radicals. And free radicals in our environment now, it's impossible to avoid them. They're just everywhere you look. There's radiation. Stress is so incredibly damaging to our cells. Stress shows up on our faces. Stress shows up on our skin. You know, when someone has really bad eczema or hives or acne, that can often be traced back to stress and to poor cellular nutrition. So Usana's Cell Essentials, it was really created as a nutritional supplement. So I founded a program called the 30-Day Whole Body Detox, which is a healthy whole food program that's supported by the Usana products. And the reason is I really wanted to help people to learn how to eat whole, real food without concerns about counting points or portions or all the complicated stuff that a lot of programs have. It really is about eating whole, real food, and we supplement with the Usana product. So these products were never designed to replace whole, real food. They are actually healthy supplements to a whole food diet. Now, if you eat a fast food diet, if you're one of those families where a lot of your meals are eaten in the car, you need this product more than others, for sure. Usana manufactures the highest quality science-based products that people can trust. What is on the label is in the bottle every single time, guaranteed, because of the pharmaceutical grade manufacturing that Usana has. What that means is Usana voluntarily adheres to the pharmaceutical good manufacturing practices, and the products are also produced in an FDA-approved facility. If you're looking for some third-party recognition, this incredible book, The Comparative Guide to Nutritional Supplements, was created by Lyle McWilliam, a former Canadian Member of Parliament who, as much as Dr. Wentz is excited about cells, he's excited about nutritional supplementation and helping educate people on investing their money in products that actually make a difference. So that's where Lyle McWilliam comes in, and it's so interesting. The book is really interesting if you're really interested in nutritional science. I recommend you grab the book from Amazon. But Usana's new technology, which I'm going to speak about in a moment, really, Usana was always here when you looked at the rest of the products on the market. Now Usana is up here. These are just some of the ways where Usana stands apart from the crowd. So I mentioned about pharmaceutical grade manufacturing practices, USP verification. What that really means to you is that the product actually dissolves in your stomach. If the product doesn't dissolve within 20 or 30 minutes, it actually continues transit into your small intestine. Well, if it's not dissolved in your small intestine, by the time it reaches your small intestine, none of the nutrition can actually be absorbed into your body. So that might seem like a weird certification, but it's actually super important for nutritional supplements. To me, this is also extremely powerful. There are now over 3,000 athletes that trust their health to Usana. That is an enormous number. There is no other supplement company on the planet that has that many athletes that have trusted their health and signed their health to Usana Health Sciences. The reason is Usana has a $1 million athlete guarantee. So if any of these athletes were to test positive for a banned substance, they'd be reimbursed up to $1 million. For these Olympic athletes that play on a team, if they were ever to test positive, not only would they be stripped of their medals, the entire team would be. So there's a lot riding on the nutrition of Usana. The other reason these athletes trust Usana for their nutritional needs is because their body is their business. So they're not going to take a product that's not going to make any difference because it's not worth it. It's not worth the risk. So why is Usana different? Usana uses superior ingredients. One of the questions we often get is, oh, these products are expensive. I mean, my question is, compared to what? If you look at other brands where you can get a year's worth of supplements for $20, so 365 tablets for $20, how much did the ingredients cost? Knowing that you had to pay for marketing, packaging, and shelf space. How high quality of the ingredients could there possibly be in that product? The formulas are based on science. Usana does an incredible amount of not only in-house research that's published in peer-reviewed journals, but Usana also does research with accredited institutions all across the globe. And as I mentioned, our incredible athlete guarantee. So this intelligence technology that I mentioned is really one of the ways that Usana stands apart, and it's found in our flagship product, the 2 bottles you see there, the Cell Essentials and the Health Pack. And I mentioned that when I first started with Usana, I was introduced by the Health Pack. So I was introduced as a product user first. I was training for Ironman number 2, and I was tired. I didn't have a lot of energy because I was training for an Ironman and working full time. And one of my best friends, her name is Leanne Jacobs, she said to me, listen, I want you to try these products. You're training for Ironman. You really need to be on supplements more than anybody else. And I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm good. I take a 1 a day. And she said, no, can you please just, try this? I said, you know what, whatever. It's like, back then it was like $200. I'm like, I'm in, sure, whatever. I'll try it because I'm so tired all the time. So I did, and within 5 days, I noticed that I had more energy. I was recovering faster from my workouts. I was sleeping better. I'm like, I don't know what is in these products, but whatever's in it, like, I'm in. And that's really how I ended up starting my business, is I had a personal product experience. I got excited about the product and decided to start my business. And it was always meant to be a part-time stream of income for me. I never meant for it to be my career. But here we are, and it's what I do as my profession, which is really exciting. So the intelligence technology, so we always had the nourish. We were always nourishing the cells with the antioxidants, the vitamins, the minerals that were in the products. What we've stepped up now is in protect. What we do now is the intelligence technology is so cool. This technology signals your cell, so it sends a message to the cell to actually produce more antioxidants. So we can actually create antioxidants within our body. It's a natural process. So this cell signaling tells the body to create more antioxidants to deal with all those free radicals I talked about a few slides ago. So cool. But the coolest part of all is this renew technology. This is where Usana is really head and shoulders above the crowd. So not only do we nourish and protect our cells, we can actually tell the cell, so signaling the cell to recycle old materials that are causing more free radical damage and make new ones that are creating more energy and less damage. So we know that the way that we age is through cellular damage. So if we can tell our cells to be renewing themselves on a regular basis, to me, that's a real step in the right direction in terms of having the strongest and healthiest cells in the world. So Cell Essentials or Health Pack is for most adults. For women who are expecting, it's the most important time in your life, so definitely want to invest in our prenatal supplement. This one has iron. Also, women who are low in iron would want to choose this one as well. And we take care of our little munchkins with our chewable Usanimals and the Body Rocks for teens, which is a really important time of development. And a lot of teenagers are very active in sports, so they definitely want to be taking that product. So once you've chosen a foundation of products, then you're going to choose to add some different colors. And what I love, my favorite color is the green because of my 30-day whole body detox program. So my product program includes the Usana probiotic, the HEPA Plus for liver support, the digestive enzymes. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Sometimes I don't always eat as well as I should. So especially when I go out, and so I feel like I've had just a little bit too much to eat. When I go out, I'll take some extra digestive enzymes after my meal, and it helps me digest, and I don't have that overfull and bloated feeling. So you'll get a chance to choose which products are meant for you. We have a really cool app called the True Health Assessment that the person who invited you to watch this video can send you a personalized link so you can complete a True Health Assessment, and you'll get 3 reports at the end, and one of them will recommend supplements specifically for you and your lifestyle. I often get asked, oh, I need to check with my doctor first. And I say, by all means, go ahead. Usana is actually listed in the CPS in Canada, which is the guide to pharmaceutical drugs. How is it possible that it's in there? Because Usana is a pharmaceutical grade product, so it can actually be in the book, which is so cool. So your pharmacist or your doctor will have access to this book. Now it's really more online than a book, but you can have access to it through that. So I talked about eating whole, real food. And here's what I'll tell you. I love eating real food, but just like most people, breakfast is often the hardest meal of the day, especially since most breakfast foods are really high glycemic and they tend to spike your blood sugar. So I started eating the Usana Nutritional over 10 years ago for my breakfast, and I still do it. I mix it in the blender with whole foods, so I usually do spinach and some berries or frozen mangoes. Super delicious. But it's a low glycemic and it's not going to spike my blood sugar. So therefore, I have sustained energy to start my day. The program that really got me into the Nutritional was the 5-day reset program. And this program, even though it's only 5 days long, had a really significant impact on my own health. So in between Ironman 2 and 3, I had actually completed 2 Ironmans without losing a single pound. And between 2 and 3, I started my Usana business and decided to try the program, thinking, well, I'm not going to lose any weight because I haven't lost weight doing 2 Ironmans. To my surprise, I released 4.5 pounds in 5 days during the program. It was a big shock. And then I continued with a 28-day program where I did 1 Usana Nutritional for breakfast, continued on my supplements, changed my habits, and I released a total of 20 pounds. Pretty exciting. This is a great product to try if you aren't sure where to start in the Usana products. Why? It includes the Nutritional, so you can try the chocolate and the vanilla, or the Nutritional Free we have, which is a mild vanilla and it's a plant-based protein. The probiotics are included and the health pack supplement. So it's a really great way to start your Usana journey. Oh, Rev 3. I have a little bit of a love affair with Rev 3. So I don't drink coffee, I never have. But just like most moms, I do like a little bit of a pick-me-up in the morning, and I love the taste of the Rev 3. The cans are delicious. They provide caffeine from green tea, white tea, black tea. There's about 1.5 cups worth of coffee, and I mean 1.5 cups worth of coffee's worth of caffeine in a can. There's also a little packet that you can use and mix with water, and that has even less caffeine, but it still gives you the lift and the energy you need to go on with your day. And lastly, what Usana's done is they've taken the intelligence technology, so that cell signaling technology that they've created, and put it into skincare. I'm 42 years old. I've been using the Celavive since August, and I'm doing this webinar with no makeup on. So I'll go big screen for a little. I don't have any makeup on. It's incredible, like the lines over here and the sides of my eyes, I've just noticed a real difference in the reduction of fine lines and wrinkles and of the dark circles under my eyes. So I love this product, and listen, the person who invited you to watch this can probably share with you tons of pictures of people that have seen beautiful results with this product line. It actually works. It makes a real difference, and that's why I love it. We just introduced a new product. I'm going to just show you guys. It's a mask. Really easy to use, really fun. It's a sheet mask. Feels so good on your skin, and it's actually a really great way to try these products because it's really inexpensive. You can get 3 of these masks for approximately $30, depending on which market you're in. And it's a great way to try this product line very inexpensively. And as I wrap things up, I want to make sure that we talk about why Usana's integrity and heart has kept me here for 12 years. And the Usana True Health Foundation is really about helping people to improve the quality of their lives, first and foremost, through food packets. And so the Usana True Health Foundation is 100% funded by Usana, which means that every dollar you give provides 4 meals. So you can know that that money is going directly to those in need. And many of my partners in Usana have actually traveled on mission trips with the Usana True Health Foundation to put those food packs in the hands of people, families, a lot of children who just wouldn't have any other food otherwise. They also donate the Usanimals, the chewable vitamins for children. And for some children, you know, here in North America, the majority, not all of the children, you know, they do get, you know, the basic supplements from their diet, some of it, most of it. But in some countries, a Usana supplement can be the difference between a malnourished child that's starving to death and enough to actually allow them to live. So it's a pretty incredible impact that the Usana True Health Foundation has. And, you know, that's what the Usana tribe is really all about. Yes, we can help you to build a business and make some extra money. Awesome. We can help you feel like you're part of a tribe, have a team of people cheering for you, help you to find a mentor. Awesome. We can also help you to focus on your health. Maybe it's have more energy, lose weight, focus on your digestion. We can help you with any of these. But all in all, it's a company that gives back. You know, Usana had $1 billion in gross revenue last year in 2017. And to me, I love seeing that Usana just as much promotes not only its nutritional supplements and foods in skincare, but just as much the True Health Foundation, really to make a difference on a global scale. And this is where Dr. Wentz, the founder of Usana's heart really lies, is in his foundation. Now, there are 2 ways to get started. So if you've made it this far, you're probably thinking, well, what do I do next? So you can choose to become a preferred customer. And what does that mean? That means that you can get the same pricing as the person who invited you to watch this recording, and you would actually be able to have access to the entire product line at the same price that they get it as well. Pretty awesome. Now, if you're thinking, I like the vision of this company, I feel like it's something I could partner with, and you're looking really more at a brand ambassador or associate program. All that means is you're going to purchase product. There is a minimum product order to activate your business with Usana. And then you're going to get training and support in order to be able to share the Usana difference with the people that you care about in your life. So whatever option you choose, that's great. And what I want you to ask yourself before I sign off is, where do you see yourself? You know, I want you to think on a scale of 1 to 10. So 1 being, I have no interest in this whatsoever. And hint, hint, if you've made it this far, you're probably at least a 5. And 10 meaning, I'm ready to join your tribe today. I want you to think of that number and just write it down. And then I want you to contact the person who invited you to watch this video. And even just text them that number. You might be a little bit surprised why you're sending them a number. They might not know that you've just watched the video. But really let them know where you are today. And wherever you are today is great, because wherever you are, we'll make sure you get the information that you need in order to make the decision that's best for you and your family. So thank you so much for your attention today. I'm really excited to work with you, whether you're becoming a client of our tribe or whether you're going to become a member of your tribe. Whatever you decide, I'm really excited and happy for you. Thanks so much. Have an amazing rest of your day.